right? 41 minutes of my phone. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Yeah, you guys better enjoy. I hope you guys enjoyed this last video. As after this video, I am done. I'm not making it worse for you. This is just a continuation of my last video, obviously, because I thought I should add in a few details. So to take the stress off my 7 team, I will not have them look at resumes for the crewmen. There's no point. Just put on an ad. I want all the crewmen who worked on Lord of the Rings to work for my movie. That way, it's easier, obviously. And the second year, then my secretaries will, and then my secretaries lets them know. And then they give their information. My secretaries will call them all. Will call them or email them all back. Obviously, I don't pay them $1 million for nothing. I'm gonna put you to fucking work. Secretaries are gonna be hard at work making a shit of calls, man. Because I'm paying $1 million and I pay them $1,000 bonus, and I'm spoiling the shit of them and they're saved. They're gonna work hard for me, obviously, because I pay the secretaries $1 million. They don't mind making all those calls because they're getting a nice check, a nice $20,000 check every 2 weeks, and so they're gonna work hard for me, obviously. And the other 5 were busy making business calls. And Peter Jackson and all of them will be helping me and my wife with the cameras, the equipment, the food, the kitchen equipment, the machinery for the mask. Call the top-notch, get the best equipment out there for design the best masks in the world. That way you get top quality for the wolves and the bats, obviously, as well as what we're also gonna have to book. Peter Jackson will also have to help me book the hotel party and the what, and the red carpet event. Okay, you can even have him make the call. Hey Peter, call up Virgin's Rock Resort. Tell them we want to book their hotel for 2 days. You know what I'm saying? Tell them we want to have a big red carpet event there, and we want to have a luxury hotel party event there. We want to have a buffet. DJs. Yeah, I can make the call. I can help you make the call. And we fly in the what? We fly in. This is gonna be in the documentary. We fly in the what? The owners of the owners and managers of the hotel, and they signed that big deal, obviously, that nice $10 million deal. I'm not going any harder than $10 million. If they want $20 million, they're ripping you off. $10 million is good enough. I'm not giving you any more than $10 million for the Virgin's Rock Resort, Las Rosines red carpet, and the what, and the what. I'm not giving you any more for the Virgin's Rock Las Rosines red carpet and the hotel party. $10 million is good enough. If you don't like it, I'll find another hotel, obviously. And they will accept the deal. As $10 million is me being very, very generous, obviously. That's a nice paycheck, obviously. Because Peter Jackson, although will be my executive producer, and so he helped me out a lot, especially with the cameras, the equipment for the cameras, the machine for the mask. He has to help me with all that, as well as the food. We're gonna have to call the top-notch farms to buy all the best food, food for feeding the crewmen and all the actors. Yeah. He's my executive producer, hence when you see the first trailer, you're gonna see executive producer Ivan O'Meara, Peter Jackson, Mel Gibson. Listen, top notch, man. Holy shit, Peter Jackson's boss. Yeah, he's and Peter Jackson or Mel Gibson will also be featured on the ad shoots the second year with the actors. The 4 ad shoots with the actors, they're also gonna be featured with the 4 ad shoots with the actors too, obviously. And after that, they also get to party up with me and the actors at my condo and my yacht. Imagine having a party at nighttime in a yacht in the ocean. You hire a driver. The driver drives on the yacht. I'll hire a server to serve the alcohol. You don't have to hire a server, but I'll have like a bunch of liquor in my yacht, and we put music on. The guy drives like 20 minutes into the ocean. We have a nice party, listening to music. Me, Peter Jackson, my wife. You know what I'm saying? The actors, we all partied up at the yacht. Yeah, we're gonna be having a blast, man. The Dawkins filming this. Hence why these actors and directors are gonna have a blast, man. That's why they're all gonna beg their ass off for me wanting to resign them after filming's complete, because Hollywood's Sky source. And I pay them their free millions. Listen, Hollywood, they're not gonna get free millions. Hollywood, they're a dirty slave, and you get what? You get your dirty money, obviously. That's why the actors for Zanis are, especially the actors for Zanis. The actors for Zanis, I'm not kidding around. They are the luckiest. They are the luckiest actors. Because Zanis is a unique story, and they're going to be fighting devils. There's never been a movie made where you have brave men fighting the most horrific beings in movie history. Like literal devils and demons on screen. You have an army of demons. Aratat's a devil, and you have his son, you have Morale the General, you have Boulder Pit Watcher. You have the demon twin servants, you also have the wolf army. You have Ephesus Devil Bat in the mountains. You have his Devil Bat army. You have the cursed Devil Asses of the south. The Holy Asses of the north. You have something crazy, man. Yeah, man. Actor's gonna be a part of that, but creating the consequences of Aratat. That's going to be interesting. Hence why Last of Us Zanes will have the best documentary hands on out of all my 5 movies. All my other documentaries of my 5 movies will be interesting too, obviously. Like the Great Escape movie will have an interesting documentary, obviously. They're Unique will have a pretty interesting documentary. All my documentaries will be amazing to watch, but none of them will be on the same level as Zane's. As Zane's, I'm building the world of the North and the South, and we're going to be creating the most horrific beings in movie history. You're looking at literal demons and devils on the screen. You're looking at the devil himself for Aratat. Yeah, man. Something so scary you guys are going to feel for me and the men. And Peter Jackson and all the actors are going to be part of that buzz, man. Well, Peter Jackson's directing the movie, but he's going to be in that room creating all these horrific, helping me create all these horrific beings with my wife, the assistant director. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Yeah. And the crewmen are going to have a blast. All those crewmen who work in Lord of the Rings, they're all going to beg you, Ivan, man, can I work in your Great Escape movie? Like, no, man, you were good for Zane's, but you're not good for the Great Escape movie, obviously. And the crewmen who work for my company are going to work double harder for me than what they even did in Hollywood, because I pay them a rich salary, and I spoil the shit of them with a nice buffet, whereas in Hollywood they serve them cheap food, meat, potatoes, pasta, and salads. Well, I spoil the shit out of them with a nice buffet. I flew them privately. They all got to party out with my yacht, you know what I'm saying, a lounge. Yeah, I spoiled the shit out of them, hence they're all going to work harder for me. Because I paid. You're going to see the crewmen how hard you're going to see in the doc how hard these crewmen are going to work. I don't know. You're going to go back and watch the Lord of the Rings documentary, and you're going to watch the documentary of my movie, and you're going to see how much more hardworking these crewmen are in my movie compared to Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings, they got shitty money. They got like $30K. They got shitty food. They got flown commercials. Ivan flew them privately. He spoiled the shit out of them with a nice buffet with the once a month parties. He paid them $150,000. He gave them a $2,000 gift card. And that's part of the contract. That's part of the contract. Everyone who works for my company gets their $2,000 gift card, which is nice. The crewmen don't get any back end money because they're not worth it. Obviously, they don't like when I get a new technology of Blu-ray of Zane's comes out. The crewmen don't get any money for that because they're not worth it. But I'm willing to give them a free copy of the movie, which is nice. They got a free copy of the movie. They got a free copy of the new re-release, which is a nice deal, obviously. So they don't have to pay for a re-release. They got a free copy of the re-release in their mail, which is nice. Nice deal, obviously. As a crewman, are not worth your money, obviously. You know what I'm saying? And all the composers for my movie get $250K for the re-release too, because they compose your soundtrack, obviously. So Hans Zimmer will be getting his $250,000 royalty check for all the re-releases too, because he composed your movie, obviously. He composed your soundtrack. Your score, right? You compose your score, and you're looking at an amazing score for what? For Zanus, man. Somebody told I want to hire Howard Shore because he did Lord of the Rings, but I don't want to do Hans Zimmer like that. I'm gonna hire Hans Zimmer, and I'll have him compose my score. There's a good chance Peter Jackson might tell me, Ivan, I recommend you hire Howard Shore, man. He created Lord of the Rings. You know what I'm saying? But Hans Zimmer is a better ranked. Is a higher ranked composer than Howard Shore. But Howard Shore, man, Lord of the Rings was an amazing soundtrack, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm going to hire Hans Zimmer. I'm going to trust him to compose. I'm going to tell Howard Shore, I'm going to tell Hans Zimmer, compose a better soundtrack in Lord of the Rings. And he composes a soundtrack even better in Lord of the Rings, I'm saying. Yeah, man. Because I'm paying him a lot of money, millions, he's going to compose an amazing soundtrack for me. Obviously. And I'm also going to have to fly in the musicians, too. You can hire the musicians who did the score for Lord of the Rings to do the score. You can hire the same choir and musicians to play the beats for Zanus, obviously. So you can have Hans Zimmer create the score, obviously. You can hire the same conductor and the same musicians, the same choir who worked on Lord of the Rings to do the same choir for Zanus if you want. That way you get a top-notch soundtrack, top-notch score for your movie. That's why Zane's will be the best story ever told in Motion Picture, man. You guys know what I'm talking about. You can see the future, man. You're looking at the best story ever told in Motion Picture. And me, VJ, and Peter Jackson, you know what I'm saying, and Al Nino, all them, we're going to have a blast working because the document is filming us every day. They're filming Peter Jackson taking his directing notes every day at nighttime. Because every day when we work on a script, I want Peter Jackson, when he goes to his hotel room, dedicate a good hour of your time and take your directing notes, then you're free for the rest of the day. And I can have the assistant director help him in the hotel. And the doctor will be filming that too. And you can even have Peter Jackson, John Allen talk, discuss about ideas for the world building, all that stuff in their hotel if they want to. I'm saying, but once they go to their hotel, they're off. They don't have to work. Peter Jackson and all them also get weekends off. So we only work 5 days a week, and then we get weekends off. But there's a good chance there'll be some days where we're gonna stay in the office till like 10 o'clock p.m. or something like that, because there's sometimes when me and VJ and all them do the concerts in the room, we might be staying in that room even past 5:30 because for the concerts. There'll obviously be some days where me, Peter Jackson, and like VJ and the two scripters, all of them, we're gonna be staying over hours till like 10 o'clock at night, planning out the discussing the concerts for the Airten and all of them. Obviously, right? And it's me and VJ and all of them are gonna be having a blast. And Docting's filming us. Yeah, man. Peter Jackson and the girls are gonna have a blast. That's why they're gonna beg their ass off when the film is completed. Ivan, man, I just want to work for you, man. I don't want to work in Hollywood. Your company's so much better in Hollywood. I know what it's like to be free. I had a fun time working with you, man. Your company's so much better in Hollywood, Ivan. Some of them might even cry, man. Yeah, it's so special to me, VJ. Yeah, man. That's the amazing life me, VJ. But realistically, but every day, me and VJ, the office opens at 9 and it closes at 5:30. So after 5:30, the 17 are done. You know what I'm saying? The 17 are done. The 17 are done, obviously. You know what I'm saying? And me and VJ, we're gonna have to create a business account, obviously. And I'll have the bank give me a good, I don't know, 4 or 5 business cards. I'll have them give me like 8 business cards. Everyone has their own business. No, that's a waste of money. That's a waste. Have them give me a good like 5 business cards. So me and VJ have our own business cards, and the other 4 share the business cards, and they'll be using those business cards to make the calls. And every time I'm gonna tell them, look, man, every time you finish your shift, put the business cards in the safe in the hotel. Never bring it home with you. I don't want you taking my money, obviously. Always bring. I'm trusting you guys. Always put the business cards in the safe once you're done. And my condo, and my office, I won't have my office. We won't need keys. I'll just have a code. So I'll give every member of the 7 team will know the code of my building. That way they can punch in the code, and then they punch in the code. They punch in the code, and they punch in the alarm code, and they can go in the office. That way it's easier for me and my wife and the 7 team. Obviously, you punch in the code. And you go in the office, obviously. They go in the office. I'm not going to have me and my wife at 17 have keys, no. Have them just punch in a code and the automatic door. You're looking at an advanced office, and the automatic door opens in the office. You can even give Peter Jackson, you can even give him the code. You give him the code, he can open the door, and the door opens. All that stuff, yeah, man. Obviously. Hence why he's gonna beg his ass off me. If he's hired, he's gonna beg his ass off me, or his son, or Mel Gibson, right? Yeah, man. And that's the amazing life me and are gonna live for the last over. Hence why, and it was the second year the actors will be flown in, the stars obviously. So John Boyega, Idris Elba, Digimon Hansu, Ariana Grande, Danielle Minette, Yvonne Joji. Yvonne Joji lives in Vancouver, I heard. So Yvonne Joji will not be flown in. I'll just have a limo driver pick him up at his house. He'll meet up with the actors, and he'll be meeting me at the at my office. Obviously, he's gonna be lucky because he lives in Vancouver. He lives in Vancouver, which is actually hilarious. It's actually funny, obviously, and he also gets his Canadian dollar. So if I pay him $4 million instead of making like $1.7 million, he'll be making like $2.1 million after the rates and his agent, and he'll be walking away with a fat check in the bank, man. Because he gets his Canadian dollar. Even without the rate, even with the rate, you're still walking with a fat check in the bank, obviously. So all those guys will be flown in, obviously. Andy Serkis. You know what I'm saying? Andy Serkis. Who else? Andy Serkis. Don Cheadle. All those guys will be flown in the second year. My stars, obviously. The stars of the movie, obviously. All those guys will be flown in the second year. Talk to me for them. And they're going to sign those big-ass contracts. Obviously. And if their agents want more money, I'm not paying you more money. This is good enough. If you don't like the $9.5 million I'm paying, if you don't like the $8 million I'm paying, you don't like the $4 million I'm paying you, if you don't like the $5 million I'm paying you, you don't like the $3 million I'm paying you, if you don't like the 8.5, the 11 million, 11.5, whatever it is, 10.5 million I'm willing to pay you, 6.6, 7 million I'm willing to pay you, you're more than welcome to go back to Hollywood, be a dirty slave, and like my offer. And they'll all agree the deal is I'm paying them a lot of money, as most of them don't even make that in Hollywood. And I told you, most A-listers, in Hollywood make like 3 million per movie, 3-4 million per movie. So me paying you even 6 millions for any actors is a lot of fucking money. So I told you, there's some actors who are pretty major. That's why I'm paying them a little bit less. Like the actor for Job is a supporting character, but he's not as major as Tacitonius. Even though that actor's bigger than the actor for Tacitonius, I'm paying him a little bit less because he's not as major. But he's still a major character, a supporting character, right? Pay him a nice, like Andy Serkis, I'll probably pay him like 6.6. The highest I'll negotiate for him is 7 million. Because Job is not as major as Tacitonius. Hence why I'm not paying him as much. He's a supporting character. He's in a lot of scenes, supporting character, but he's not as major as Tacitonius. That's why I'm paying him a bit less. I'll pay him 6.6, like 7 million. And then John Boyega, I'll pay him 8 million. I'm not going any higher than that for him. If his agent wants more money, I'm not paying him more money, man. That's good enough. As you're walking away with, I don't know, a $3.3 million check in your bank, that's good enough. You get your $250,000 royalty check for the posters, and you get your $2,000 re-release. That's good enough. It's a good chance I might even have the actors do commercials for my website. You know, you have those commercials. I might even have the actors do commercials. It's a good chance I'll do that. I'll have the actors do commercials for my website. They can do commercials for my website, all that stuff. You can even have the actors do commercials for my website. You have the doc team film the commercial. The doc team can film them. Have the doc team film this kick-ass commercial. And these actors, you can pay them for the commercial. Pay the actors. If the actor does a commercial for your website, pay him a nice $10,000 for every commercial. Have the actors do, I don't know, 2 commercials every year. A couple of commercials. You have all the major characters do a couple of commercials. Pay them like $10K per commercial, which is nice. You can do that if you want to. A $10,000 paycheck for a commercial is nice, man. So if you do 2 commercials, you get $20,000 in your bank, which is nice. You have the actors. I might have the actors do like 2 commercials per year for your company if you want. Pay them all a nice $10,000 for the commercial, which is nice. Easy affordable with $980 budget. Easy afford it. I might do that. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, man, that's why Astros Razor was the best ever told. That's why after Phillies complete, they're all going to beg their ass off because they'd rather work for me and VJ than work in fucking Hollywood because Hollywood's sus for SkySource. As in Hollywood, they don't get the same perks as SkySource. And they're going to be all wowed by the technology of Zanus. Like, holy shit, man. Aerotat's a devil. You know what I'm saying? The technology of the IMAX cameras. The CGI technology. The set building. I'm building acres of cities. The costumes and weapons. All the extras. 60,000 extras are going to be wild, man. Holy shit, this is better than Hollywood. Yeah. They're all going to be shocked. Yeah, this is so much better than Hollywood. Yeah. Skys is a top-notch company. Yeah, man. See what I'm saying here? Yeah, man. And VJ already knows what I'm talking about. VJ can see, she knows the top-notch condo, roof jet, yacht me and her are going to own. She knows the kind of life me and her are going to be living. She knows the top-notch rooftop condo me and her are going to own. I'm going to put a good $150 million towards my condo, man. Before I said $100 million, no, I can put a bit more. Me and VJ are going to build like a nice $150 million condo. High-tech garage, high-tech pool, high-tech jacuzzi, high-tech private IMAX room, living room, bathroom, kitchen, terrace, gym, a high-tech. I'm going to have my gym be very small. I want it to be too big. A nice gym. Yeah, man. High-tech, automatic. I'm going to have my condo have automatic doors. I'm going to have all my rooms have automatic doors. So that for me. So the door that leads to the terrace has an automatic door. The door that leads to the private IMAX room has an automatic door. All my doors in my condo will be automatic doors. There's something unheard of. I'm also gonna have a thing. I'm also gonna have a thing in my living room with the couch. You have this thing on the bottom that moves. It moves the couch. It reverses the couch down, up. There's something top notch. Yeah, top high tech alarm system. Something high tech for my alarm. Yeah, $150 million I'm putting towards my condo, man. I'm gonna tell VJ, hey VJ, let's put a good $150 million. Let's pimp out our condo fully. We put $150 million towards our condo, high tech living room, luxury living room, high tech terrace. Yeah, man, something high tech. So high tech that when these actors walk into my office, to my condo, they're all gonna be shocked. Like, holy shit, man! I and VJ are loaded. They have a fucking high tech house, man. Yeah. And these Hollywood actors have nice ass mother-in-law houses. Even they're gonna be shocked. Holy shit, man. I and VJ are rich. Yeah, man. That's why they're gonna beg. Yeah, man. I've been to I and VJ's condo. I and VJ have this top high end condo, man. This guy's so much better than Hollywood. I got flown in his private jet. He has a nice high tech office. We're doing table reads, my nice luxury office. I even owns this top high end yacht. We party up in his yacht. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Those have been top notch. Yep. And yeah, that's why Peter Jackson and Mel Gibson, whoever's chosen, they're going to beg their asses off from me once we sign them, obviously. So the second year, Peter Jackson or Mel Gibson, whoever's chosen, whoever's hired, I want them staying. I want them staying in a hotel until I signed all the actors. That way they can meet all the actors. So once they've met all the actors and they do the takeouts with me and my wife, you know what I'm saying, they party up at our condo and all that stuff. They have a blast, obviously, in the lounge and all that stuff. After that's done, I will send them home because I will no longer need them the second year. Okay, I'll send you home. You took your directing notes the first year with your assistant director. Now I want you to study your notes during the. That's all I'm gonna say. Look, man. All I ask is that you study. You can spend time with your family, have fun, take your nice break. I'm giving them a nice year break, obviously. Take your nice break. All I ask is that you try to go over your directing notes every day. That way you're well prepped as a director. And then third year they'll be phone switching with the rest of the crew, and they're gonna be help preparing, help consulting, help the Peter Jackson will be consulting, helping out the 17 with business, and overseeing everything while everything's getting built. They won't be doing any work pretty much because the construction crew and all of them and the crew will be preparing everything, but they're gonna be overseeing everything. They're gonna be overseeing some of the business, making sure everything came in, helping out the 17, that kind of stuff. They're my executive producer. Hey, look, man. I pay you a lot of money. I'm not paying you telling me for nothing. I'm going to try a way to put you to work. I want you helping out the 17. Consulting with them. Help them out. I also want you going over your directing notes with the assistant director and the two scriptwriters the third year too. That way you're well prepped. So go over your directing notes for 2 years. The second year and third year, I want you going over your directing notes. That way you're not lost, and that way you're well prepped when production starts. As I heard for The Hobbit, Peter Jackson winged it. I don't want him doing that for my movie. I want you to be well prepared when production starts. That way you're not lost. That way the script writers are prepared, the assistant directors are prepared, and you're prepared. That way you're not lost. You get an idea of what you want for all your scenes. You're not lost. That way you get a good movie. And because he co-wrote with you, you did the concerts, you have the same vision. Everything has to tell himself. Self is cursed, obviously, no is holy. You will get a kick-ass movie as what? Peter Jackson and Mel Gibson are talented directors, obviously. You see what I'm saying? And there's a high chance the actors are going to get invited to a world tour, as a lot of people are going to be calling their agents and they're going to want to interview them. If they interview them, they're going to interview them behind the scenes. Not on camera, because of why, obviously. But they're going to interview them behind the scenes. You're going to see some of those videos and pictures trending, most likely. Hey, we want to interview your actors. Your agents are going to get a show of calls. Yeah, man. It's a good chance me and VJ might get calls too. Might go on a world tour too. You never know. Me and VJ might be going on a world tour with the 7 team and the actors and Peter Jackson and all them. Because JS is best. There's a good chance they're going to want to interview us. They can interview us, but it's behind the scenes. So they can rent out a building and have fans come and interview us, but nobody's filming it. It's all behind the scenes. It won't be on YouTube. It won't be on the news, none of that stuff, because it's why behind the scenes. But they can still interview us. And if they do, a lot of fans are going to what? A lot of fans are going to what? A lot of fans are going to take videos and pictures of it. It's going to be trending online. Yeah, man. It's a good chance me and my wife and even Peter Jackson or Mel Gibson and the main actors are going to go on a world tour, man. Before I said me and VJ won't go with why. No, me and VJ can still get an interview, but it's all behind the scenes. They can still book a venue, but it's behind the scenes. No one's filming it. It won't be on YouTube or anything like that because of why. But it's all behind the scenes. You see what I'm saying? Because of why, obviously. It's a good chance me and VJ and the 7 team, perhaps even Peter Jackson, might go on a world tour while post-production takes place. So if me and VJ and Peter Jackson and the 7 team and all them and the actors go on a world tour, end up getting invited to go on a world tour around America, Canada, and the world, obviously, there's a good chance they might do that, man. Yeah. Most likely not, because of why. But who knows? Me and my wife might even go on a world tour. You never know, man. You never know. You might even get invited on a world tour, obviously. And if we do, the people who invite us have to pay for our plane tickets also. Well, me and VJ can easily afford. Worst comes to worst, if they want to invite, if a lot of people call us up and they want to invite us to speak, the budget, the leftover money from the budget, me and VJ can easily cover the cost for the actors' flights and hotel stay easily. Because for that, you only stay at a hotel for like one night. So me and VJ can easily cover the costs for the budget for Peter Jackson and the actors easily. There's a good chance I'm going to have like $20 million left over my budget. So I can easily cover the costs for the private flights, all that stuff. The hotels, all if me and VJ happen to go on a world tour with the actors, which I guarantee you we will. Because Zayn is such a big movie, it's an Ivan movie, I guarantee you these actors and me and VJ and Peter Jackson, all of them are going to go on a world tour, man. We're going to get invited to speak at a lot of places. Behind the scenes, obviously. Not on the public eye, but it will be behind the scenes. Look at something crazy, man. And if we do, then me and VJ will not be able to watch production. The people who are adding the movie are going to have... We and VJ won't be able to watch it, obviously. We might be going on a world tour. There's a good chance they're going to invite us after post-production. Well, if me and VJ get invited on a world tour with the actors and Peter Jackson, there's a good chance we'll get invited most likely after post-production is done. Once the like 2 weeks before 2 weeks, like 2 weeks before the documentary gets released, they might invite us to speak at a few places or something like that. You never know. We'll see what happens, obviously. I don't know. Most likely not, because of why, obviously, but you never know. Me and VJ and the actors and Peter Jackson or Mel Gibson, we might even go on a tour. On a tour, yeah, you never know, man. Something crazy. Because Zayn is a revolutionary, it's a unique story, and it's an Ivan and VJ movie. You're looking at international worldwide crazy fame, yeah, man. That's why after the red carpet event, and it's over, Peter Jackson, Mel Gibson, the actors, they're gonna beg their fucking asses off for me wanting to resign. That's something crazy, man. They're going to beg their asses off for me wanting to resign them. You're looking at something fucking crazy, man. Yeah, man. Obviously. Yep. That's why those acting children is lucky. They're the luckiest because there's never been a movie made where you have brave men fighting the most horrific beings in movie history. Literal devils and demons on the screen. Yeah, man. That's why my movie will be top notch. Obviously. And for the Great Escape movie, I will hire the crewman who worked on James Bond or John Wick to work on them. That way it's easier for my 17. They all have their resumes. Okay, I want all the people who worked on James Bond and John Wick to work on the Great Escape movie. That way it's easier for me and VJ, obviously. And the 17. And then for their unique, I'll hire the crewman who worked on Twilight. So all the crewmen who worked on Twilight, for their unique, I only need a good like 250 crewmen for that. It's not as big of a project. I only need a good 250 crewmen. Hire a good 250 crewmen who worked on Twilight, the first one, to work on their unique. And the crewmen who worked on King Kong Skull Island, hire those crewmen to work on the Hidden Vampire movie. And then the Western Gangs movie, you can hire people who worked on The Revenant, if you want. Something like that, you know what I'm saying? That way it's easier for your 17, they don't have to look at resumes. Just pick a big chunk of crew who worked on a specific movie, and you have all those crewmen work for your movie. They're contractors. It's easier that way. That way your 17 doesn't have to stress looking at resumes. The only year they'll look at resumes is Zayn, because Zayn has just started my company. They'll look at the resumes for the head chefs, like the dishwashers. So the dishwashers and the head chefs, I'll pull out the resumes for those guys. Obviously. And who else? Whereas everyone else just hired the crewman who worked on Lord of the Rings for Zayn's movie. You pay them a nice $150,000. The assistants, and you pay the supervisors a nice $200, $220, $250, $270, even $300,000, depending on who the guy is. Pay them a nice $250K. That way, well, they all work hard for you, obviously. So the supervisor for Weather Workshop, you can pay him a nice $250, $270,000 to supervise, which is a nice paycheck, obviously. Pay him a $70,000 bonus, and you can pay him his $50K the third year, and he gets a $150,000 the fourth year during production. You give him a deal like that, and something like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Obviously. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But I'm not kidding around. Like, even though my other movies will be amazing, the documentary will be amazing, the process of making a pre-production will be amazing for all my movies. Zanus will be the most fun because Zanus, I'm actually building the world north and the south. And I'm creating Eritad, who's the devil himself. The devil incarnate, man. The devil in wolf's flesh. As well as he feasts his son, Eritad's son for Fool, Morale the General, Bo the Pit Watcher, Bass and Master Demon twin servants. The cursed devil asses of the south. It was something crazy, yeah, man. I'm gonna shut my camera off here.